Hello, we weren't able to present to you in class, but we're going to make this video. So we're going to talk about what is Twitter and what is Twitter, a social network or a news media, by any authors.
It's because this article was written in Korea, so the the guys are like Hai Wong Guak, Shin Wong Lee. Well, you will see. See, they are published by the Department of Computer Science of KAIST, and we will start with the main research question of this article.
Well, our main research question is which are the topological characteristics of Twitter and its power as a new medium of information sharing. We bring you a short video.
That explains us what is Twitter. Well, in this video, we can see the concept. As you probably know, Twitter is a medium based on microblogging. You type a little message by a limit of 140 characters. So that's about this.
So watch the video. As you were able to see, it's a platform more orientated to microblogging and all that kind of stuff. Now, our theoretical framework.
Well, we have that in studies before this one, saying, well, people use an application programming interface from Twitter. So this is a key tool to crawl and collect Twitter information, not only about the statistics, but also the profiles and the main topics in which people are talking about around the world.
Well, the first studies used API, this application programming framework interface, as a key tool. Therefore, this current study based on API data, it has to crawl and collect profiles of all users on Twitter since its creation in June of 2006.
And now we could see that API is used by collection profiles of users who mention trending topics. Also has to be connected with popular topics on Twitter as tweets related to them.
Also, for this kind of relation that they make with API, it's the using of hashtags and all these tools to create, like as my friend first said before, this connection on trending topics to have a more close approach with the users.
Yeah, because in Twitter, not you create a hashtag with this signal. So
with the hashtag signal.
Yeah. So it doesn't matter that we are talking about the same topic. I mean, if you write different characters in this hashtag symbol, you could find different like topics, no matter if is like the same issue, such as, for example, Michael Jackson death. I mean, some people talk about hashtag Michael Jackson is dead or hashtag the king is dead. I mean, it's the same. It's the same issue, but Twitter do not count it like
At the same.
hashtag.
Actually, for the using of this hashtag, applying to the API that we said before, they have even like some kind of hours when you can use these hashtags to have a bigger a bigger a bigger training, so more people can see you and can see what are you talking about.
Now we will talking about data.
Well, in this data and methodology, they search for user profiles. Twitter profiles are public and includes the full name, the location, a web page, a short biography, and the number of tweets of the user. This is for the purpose of knowing who is the one who is tweeting and can be sure about its legacy, about who he or she is.
Yeah, because there are a lot of spams in Twitter that are provided by bots that are like a program.
No?
So they are not like a person and they are not following a trend. They are creating a trend in order to I don't know, deviate the attention of the mainly trendy topics.
Yeah, actually, this is like a big difference between Twitter and another social networks, because Facebook or other media don't have this kind of security in your profile. So yeah, you can put your full name, your location, and all what you want in your pages, or I don't know. But Twitter has this certification, this verification when you make your profile, and you can put like this design, this swoosh, so you can be sure of who you are and who are you following.
Yeah, the second step of this methodology was that they look for trending topics. Any Twitter phrase, word, or hashtag that are often mentioned and posts are called trending topic. These trending topics are showed at the homepage so everybody can see it, and there is like a global trending topic and also a trending topic by country. So trending topics could change in Venezuela, Mexico, and USA.
Yeah, actually, they use these leaders of opinion to distribute these trending topics depending on where you are or what are you following for. Because, for example, to look for a leader of opinion, Twitter has some kind of requirements to see who can or who not is this influencer, and they can publish this trending topic so people can reach for them more easily and to give a more expanded view of this hashtag or this phrase.
And finally, they collect all the tweets that mention the trending topics from Twitter researcher AP, the ones that we talk about
Mentioned before.
Yeah.
That returns a maximum number of 1,500 tweets per query, and they downloaded the tweets of a trending topic every 5 minutes interval. That means that when you have a trending topic or a trending hashtag that was used by an influencer or that you use for your daily life, they collect this to make some kind of statistics and have accounting of which trending topic has a more approach to the public and what could be the next trending topic. And we bring you a little video so you can watch it.
I use Twitter to learn about and share what people are doing to make the world a better place.
I'm interested in everything related to space, but also scuba diving, piloting aircraft, anything electronics, and photography.
We're interested in music, news, and funny people.
The best way of finding out what my guests are up to before they come on my show is to follow them on Twitter, which is exactly what I do.
I follow Green Day on Twitter because I always like to keep up with what they're doing. They're my favorite band.
I want to stay up to date on fashion news, so I follow @style.com and @Women's Wear Daily.
I like to follow my homegirl, Martha Stewart. Because Martha Stewart, she keeps it scudded and buttered, baked and flaked, and she loves to wake and bake with the big Snoop Dogg. You feel me?
It's always good for us to know what people want, and I use Twitter as that, as a way of learning what I should do, what fans want, because they're the best critics.
I can talk to the fans, they can talk back to me, fights they want to see, things I'm doing wrong, how stupid I am, whatever the deal might be, I can communicate directly with our fans through Twitter.
We really like to keep tabs with our other partners in conservation, the other zoos and aquariums here in North America.
I'm using Twitter to send pictures and thoughts from space, and every day I really enjoy reading your tweets. Ciao to all of you on the beautiful planet Earth.
People can exchange ideas and information instantaneously. Countries and cultures are brought together like never before.
Ce qui est cool avec Twitter, c'est qu'on peut avoir plein d'infos en temps réel et des choses très différentes.
Y me encanta usar Twitter porque me conecto con todos los fans alrededor del mundo.
I want to listen to the American people, so I follow thousands.
I use Twitter to keep in touch.
Really? I use Twitter to listen.
Well, as you can see with the video, it talks about following your interests, using this kind of social media, so they can know you, they can approach to you a lot better.
Well, the results in this social study is that in Twitter follower following topology analysis, they found a non-power law follower distribution, a short effective diameter, a low reciprocity resulting from non-characteristics of human social networks. So, with this paragraph, we wanted to tell you that Twitter is not an interactive, it's not a full interactive social media, because as we say, there are low reciprocity, so maybe people can tweet something but they do not have a feedback in, I don't know, like 80% of the times. So people just
retweet what they're saying. In difference of Facebook or another social media, where you can share information and other person, whomever, can answer for this, Twitter has another system, that is the system of retweets, where you share information and people, instead of responding or something like that, they just share your same information so others can reach this.
Yeah, also in Facebook we have the option of put like or put sad face or angry face, respond to a comment from other people. But in Twitter we just can retweet or put this tweet as a favorite.
Even if you try to comment this, you comment it in your own profile. so as an answer to the tweet, but not as a responding Facebook. Ranking users by the number of followers, they identify influentials on Twitter that indicates a gap between influence inferred from the number of followers and from the popularity of one's tweets.
This means that influencer in Twitter is not the one that could gain 100 retweets for a tweet. Influential is the one that is always in trendy topics, or is the one that have a lot of followers that retweets his tweets or her tweets, because maybe you as a common normal person and that use Twitter maybe for luck, you put something funny and this something funny results in 100 retweets. For Twitter you are not an influential because you have not like a race. No, you don't have like a
Rich?
You have like career tweeting. You are just like a guy with lucky that became famous for one tweet. I mean, it's like one song hit for music bands that maybe you have one thing that is popular, but the other ones are like garbage for someone else, so you are not mentioned like influential. Therefore, there are people that is actual and influential because they do not only have popularity on their tweets, they also have an influence on their followers, and they are always in the peak, on the top of trending topics.
Actually, Twitter has a recognition mode where every now and then they are like checking who are these influencers that my friend was talking about, and as she said, you need one famous tweet, but there is people specialized in this kind of in the art of reaching the trending topic every day. They are called leaders of opinion, which are used to publish marks or to create these trending topics, and they are chosen like every week, stuff like that.
In this study, they also analyzed the tweets of top trending topics and reported on temporal behavior of trending topics and user participation in order to classify the trending topics based on the active period of retweet. A tweet gets retweeted almost instantly on the second, third, and fourth hops away from the source. Signifying fast diffusion of information after the first retweet.
This means, like in philosophy, we have different kind of simulacras where there is a point in this tweet that you don't know who start with this trending topic. You just know that the diffuse is not the diffuse, la difusión, pero or the diffusion is like real big. The first person that tweeted it has, I don't know, like 2 retweets, and that 2 retweets has 2 retweets and 2 retweets, and when you turn to see, you can find that as they said, the 4th hope or the 5th hope, or I don't know, has like the major expectation to diffuse to diffuse your trending topic with this hashtag and stuff. And well, here we have a graphic of how many topics does a user participate on average. Here we have that out of 41 million Twitter users, a large number of users participating in trending topics, and about 15% of those users participated in more than 10 topics during 4 months. Here you can see the graphic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now in conclusion, we have that several research try to understand Twitter, that despite of the fact that it is less than 10 years old, it has attracted so many attention because it's as the title says, it's not only a social network, but also is a news media for its community.
Yeah, and for example, in the beginning of Twitter, it started at 2006, and it was more like sharing information using the skeleton of the SMS, where you can just type 140 characters. But now it's more like a ways to share news or information with synthesized texts, so you don't lose the attention of the spectator, and you can be synthesized and more agile. Also, the results pointed out that Twitter is more a news media than a social network, as my friend said before, because its system is ruled by significant fast diffusion or information that no need for a reciprocity or interaction like other social networks such as Facebook or Instagram. That means that in a difference to Facebook or Instagram, as we said before, you can receive a retroalimentation about what you are tweeting. You can have like a little response, or if they share or they don't share their opinion with you, but you can have a retroalimentation like in Facebook, or send a set of likes, or don't know, whatever Facebook and Instagram do. And we bring you another video, another short video, so you can watch it.
Watching Hugh Grant and his stutteringly pathetic charm is about as appealing to me as closing my scrotum in a DVD case. Are these real, or do you make them up to be especially nasty?
Kate Hudson is a dead-eyed trash bag that smells like low tide.
Greg Kinnear stars in Holy Who Gives a coming soon.
Chris Evans is a stupid bearded sweater-wearing dumb dork.
Melissa McCarthy is the Medea of white people. Jane Lynch have bigger dick than Ultimate Warrior.
Norman Reedus, I can fit 2 fists and a leg in my Hit me up. Okay. Do it.
Tongue punch in the fart box is a neglected phrase. Use it today. Example, Margot Robbie deserves a tongue punch in the fart box.
Anthony Mackie is probably just angry that he looks like a aardvark.
Judd Apatow has completely ruined manhood.
Olivia Wilde's forehead is the same size as my left ass cheek, and I weigh 250 pounds. So I'll let you imagine just how big that must be.
Paul Rudd is the most boring vanilla dude. You know, he just sits at home with his wife having a bland spaghetti dinner talking about his day. That's pretty funny.
Why does Ryan Gosling always look like he's trying to squeeze a fart out without making any noise? Is that a gentleman?
Has Zac Efron ever been in a film where he didn't play a total douche? I've never seen one of his films. I'm just judging by his face.
Oh, how I loathe Nickelback. P.S. You, Wanda Sykes. What's wrong wrong with Nickelback?
Russell Crowe is delightfully paradoxical in that he is a huge with a small penis.
Bryan Cranston looks like Jim Carrey impersonating Matthew McConaughey.
All righty then.
I keep forgetting that Kiefer Sutherland isn't dead. Well, to whoever wrote this, if it makes you feel better, it's not for a lack of trying. Oh yeah, and
If that gross, ratty old man, George Clooney, can find a girl, you regular fellas out there in the Twitterverse must be drowning in
Well, in this video is a late night show that it's about comedy, but they put famous people to retweet. This is an example of how Twitter works. I mean, you only post things and other people read it, but there's not actually a feedback or a response or something like that. I mean, you just read the comment and you only could react for yourself, but not for the people that actually wrote these things.
Yeah, actually, aside of our article, but with the presentation, there are like a lot of experiments making this kind of stuff where they put famous people or influencers or political figures to react about this kind of stuff where people tweet about their opinions and they, as my friend said before, they can't share any information or a retroalimentation to these people that are tweeting. They just can't react or react to what is happening to themselves.
Finally, the rising popularity of online social networking service has spurred among global population.
These social networks are usually used in a social context, but many academics think that they also have a news media connotation.
That is what we are talking about Twitter, that we think that is more news media than a social network.
Yeah, and finally we bring you another video, another short video where you can see, or you will be able to see,
sometimes
an opinion of the new media, internet, blogs, Twitter, and fame.
Sometimes I feel that life has passed us by.
Oh, don't start that again. You were never going to marry Gwyneth Paltrow.
No, I didn't.
It's never going to happen. Look, she's married to somebody else. Just forget about it.
No, it's not just Gwyneth Paltrow. It's life in general. I mean, people I see, seem to be living on a different planet. For instance, we're completely cut off from the blogosphere.
From the what?
Well, at least I am. Have you ever blogged?
Well, occasionally. It depends on what I've had to eat.
No, have you sent your opinions into cyberspace? Because that's what people do. That's how they find out what's really going on.
You read the papers, look at the television news.
No, that's all out of date. That's old media. I want to be in the loop.
If it means so much to you, why don't you blog yourself?
Well, for the simple reason that I don't have a computer, and if I did, I wouldn't know how to use it.
Defeatist.
In any case, what would I say here? I mean, nothing happens. We're not exactly the nerve centre of British society, are we?
Well, I don't know. I mean, Mr. Patel's got a new range of crisps. The vicar hanged himself.
That's not going to set the internet alight, is it?
No.
Something like that. No, if I had a computer, I could be you know, a leading opinion former.
Well, you don't need a computer. I mean, there are other ways for you to disseminate your commentary on world events.
Such as?
Well, you could put a card in Mr. Patel's window.
Yes, but if I had a computer and a blog, then millions would read it and they'd put their comments on it.
Well, what sort of things do these bloggers write? Anything?
Well, things like, you know, Samantha Cameron is having an affair with an orangutan at Chester Zoo.
What? Who writes stuff like that?
Well, you know, people like Damien McBride.
Who's Damien McBride?
Oh, God. Leslie, you haven't forgotten, have you? I mean, this was a terrible scandal. It was going to undermine the whole of democracy. People talked of nothing else.
Really?
Oh, for God's sake. Information is the lifeblood. What are you doing?
When?
Now.
I'm sitting in a pub talking to you.
Look, you know that, and I know that, but if you wrote in Twitter, I'm talking to Peter in the pub, then everyone would know and act accordingly.
Act accordingly how?
Well, I mean, that's up to them.
But I mean, nobody's interested in what I do. I'm barely interested in it myself. I mean, you know, see, that's what people mean when they talk about, you know, today's hectic lifestyle. I mean, it's bound to be hectic, isn't it? If you not only have to do things, you have to write it down as well.
Well, yeah.
I'm going to the lavatory. I'm in the lavatory. I suddenly realised I haven't got any paper. I'm going downstairs with my trousers and my ankles looking for paper. I have found the paper. I am going back to the lavatory. Dear God! I mean, there aren't the hours in the day.
Leslie, what you fail to grasp is in a democracy, we need to have instant information so that we can make instant, well-informed decisions and thus exercise our political power.
What worries me is about this government and its database with all our telephone calls and all our emails on it. I suppose they're going to put all our Twitterings on it as well.
Well, I suppose so, but I mean, it will solve the unemployment crisis, won't it?
How?
Because you'll need hundreds of thousands of people to monitor these things and determine whether our Twitter about sitting here talking in the pub constitutes a threat to national security.
Well, when you say we're living in a police state, well, we are living in a police state already. Have you seen our village policeman, what's his name?
It's Twyford, isn't it?
Twyford, yes. Well, I mean, he'd kettle you as soon as look at you, wouldn't he?
Well, that's why it's absolutely vital that we stand up for free speech and speak out fearlessly against, you know, oppression and corruption.
Don't be daft. I just tell you what will happen in this country. In a year's time, you will go down to a polling station, you'll put a mark, a cross against somebody's name, and that will be the last time anybody is in the slightest interest in anything you say for 4 years.
Oh, sorry, Leslie, I don't agree. Because, you know, people are so angry about this MP things that things will change forever. I'm angry. And do you know how angry I am? That come the election, instead of going to vote, I'm going to spend the whole day in the pub.
Well, I tell you, in a year's time, nobody will remember about any of this. There'll be much more awful things to think about.
It's very pessimistic.
Well, pessimistic? You wait till the money runs out. You wait till even Fred Goodwin doesn't get his pension.
Well, I'll be glad. He's a very unpleasant person.
Yes, but if Fred Goodwin doesn't get his pension, we certainly won't get our pension, will we?
It doesn't matter to me because I've got a foolproof plan that will give me an income, you know, in the bad times.
What?
Well, I'm going to go to Max Clifford and I'm going to sell my death to the papers and the television.
Well, Max Clifford won't be interested in you dying.
Well, why not?
Because you're not a much-loved celebrity.
Well, how do I get to be one?
Well, I don't. You just be foul-mouthed on television, make racist remarks to Asians.
Well, I could get Mr. Patel out on the green. And I could say, Mr. Patel, you ghastly Pakistani, why don't you go and burn your wife? But anyway, do you think that if I'm sufficiently unpleasant to Mr. Patel, people will lay wreaths on my grave and weep?
Well, they might do. I mean, there's a lot wrong with this country, but we've still got a heart.
God bless the Queen.
Well, after this video, we can conclude that the uprising of Twitter since 2006 is inevitable, and more than a normal social media, Twitter is like stronger because it responds to news in a more fast way, and it has like more veracity at the time when you are reading this kind of stuff. So it's okay. So thank you for your attention. Yeah. ¿Y ahora?